Well, it's 12:01. I'm headed out. Got all my gear in the boat with me. Headed out on this whirlwind adventure. It's gonna be so nice to get out and be by myself for a little while. I'm fixing to head out, go to hit the river, go down a little hidey hole that I know about, do a little hunting, a little fishing tonight while I camp. See if we can bring back some deer, maybe some catfish, maybe both, who knows. Anyway, I'll bring you guys along. That's the plan. All the boat ramps between St. Genevieve, Missouri and East Prairie, Missouri, is what I've been told, are closed due to the low water levels. And I've got permission to put in on this private ramp here, and it ain't much of a ramp, but I got permission to put in there, and maybe I can load around this guy who just left his truck on the ramp. But I'm gonna get put in here and I'll catch up with you guys on the water. You know, not that this ramp would have done me a hell of a lot of good putting in. I didn't even use the ramp. Wouldn't use much of the ramp if this was sitting over here. But I got it in. But don't be this guy. Don't sit in the middle of the ramp. Well, now that I got all my gear in the boat, ain't no room for me. No, I'm just teasing. However, the good thing about fishing out of a boat is you ain't backpacking, so you can bring whatever you want. If you look real hard, I got the kitchen sink in there too. I dang sure ain't leaving that deer dolly just in case I get lucky. So anyway, I'm gonna set the cameras up here and we will get on the water. gotta ask yourself, why? I just got here, found a lot of sign already, drove right up to it. Left my cocking rope for my crossbow in the truck, I'm pretty sure. So, I've tore everything I got apart here. No joy. Truck's about 18 miles that way. Not going after it. I'm gonna try to make one. My luck is gonna dry fire my bow and destroy it, but it's got a lifetime warranty, so I guess we'll give it a shot. Stay tuned. Well, it cocked it. I didn't get a real positive click. It's cocked. No way I'm putting a bolt in that till I'm ready to sit down, but I don't think I could have done that from the stand. Guess it pays to have a little bit of cordage with you. Alright, we'll put that GoPro in this chest mount. We're going to go for a walkabout. Sure is a pretty place though. There's the mighty Mississippi. Couple dikes. I plan on fishing right there tonight. Pretty well right off where my poles are pointing now. There's about an 80-foot hole right there. I have no idea why it's so damn deep. Probably has something to do with between those dikes and the way it washes, but when I come through there, I was very surprised to see that with on the Garmin there. So, and it looked like it was loaded full of fish. Who knows what they were? My luck. If it keeps progressing the same way, I'd almost guarantee you they were carp. But on to chasing Bambi. Boy, it's a whole lot more open in there than I thought it was going to be. I'll turn you guys back on when I find some sign up here or something cool. I bought 3 new GoPro batteries. Charged them up last night. Just figured out that they don't work in this camera, so yay me. Hopefully that's the end of the bad luck. So. Alright, we'll catch in with y'all later. Alright. I don't know if you guys can see this, but deer have been coming down and getting a drink of water right here. I'm sitting on top of a dike. This is like a wash. This right here goes up through the woods. It's like a wash. Like a drainage. And it looks like those deer are bedded up in that thick brush, and they're coming down here in the evening to drink behind this dike where they're safe. Well, where they used to be safe. So I'm gonna sit here. It is looks like about 7 minutes to 4. This is gonna be my spot for the night. I tell you what, I don't know if you guys can see it there. This whole cove is absolutely full of carp. Good place to come back and go bow fishing. Well, I'm gonna turn you on when I see something going on. You know, some days I ask myself if I should just sit at the house, sit on my butt, sit in my recliner. And the answer is no. But good gravy, every time I try to do something, it is what it is. I left my bow cocking rope and the truck way up the river. It's still sitting here cocked. I guess I'll leave it cocked all night. Hopefully nothing bad happens. I don't want to try to recock it again with rope. my phone is dead. It'll only go to the reboot page. It'd be a absolute miracle if my wife don't send the National Guard after me before the morning. Well, I went ahead. I did get my location sent to my brother. And, you know, before, I had no idea my phone was fixing to go down. So they know where I'm at. So I went ahead and knocked off my evening hunt and set up my camp. Because I found out I don't have a flashlight. Well, that's not true. I have one flashlight. And it isn't going to exactly cut the mustard for what I need. I would have had one on my phone, but the phone's dead. So I have this. So I went ahead and set my camp up. Got my hammock out, bug net, tarp. It's ready to sleep in. I went ahead and positioned a sharp stick right underneath it. So that way, I'm sure my hammock will like come unwound in the middle of the night and I'll run that stick up my ass. But, you know, that's just my luck. If it is to be, it is to be. So I'm just going to leave that stick there and hope for the best. I think I'm going to have some dinner. I'm going to have me some summer sausage and crackers. And I'm going to cast these catfish poles out here now that I got camp set up. And I'm going to sit here and wallow in my self-pity, I guess. It's ridiculous. I guess in the morning, my best bet would be to just refuel and head north to the truck. That way she don't send the fire department or the National Guard or the conservation or whoever the hell she'd send out here. Because I know she's already called me. So, excuse me. Well, maybe I can sit here and get a mess catfish anyway. I'll bring you guys along with the action. If I have any action other than, you know, slipping and falling down that bank and landing in the river or, you know, I don't know. Who knows at this point. So, let me get these poles baited up, get my hands washed, and get me some food. I skipped lunch today so I could hurry up and get out here. So, it is 6:15. The sun's already behind the trees, so this is going to be where I'm at tonight. So, we'll catch you guys in a little bit. Hope you're having a better day than I am. Well, to be honest with you, the day I'm having is pretty good. You know, 15 years ago, we wouldn't worry about the cell phone as much. She knows where I'm at. She knows that I've got a lot of experience in the outdoors, so I'll be just fine. But I guess I don't have to worry about that cell phone bothering me. No distractions tonight. So, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, it's 6:40. Got the bait in my... Oh, I'm getting a bite. You guys can see it. Well, we might end up something good today yet. It's got a big old piece of head, or body chunk on it. Oh, something. He's swimming to me. He's on there. Oh yeah. Well, things going a little better already. Yeah. What was after that skipjack? That one was shallow. I have to pull my other rods up. I put them pretty deep. We got all wrapped up in there. Nice little healthy fish. Good little eater size. Yeah. Couple pounder. I'll take that all day long. While I'm thinking about it, just gonna get another chunk of this skipjack and get it out there while my hands are nasty. A whole mess of them tonight would be real nice. Put it back in the same spot. I bet that wasn't out there 3 minutes. Just long enough to throw it out there, turn around and change GoPro mounts, and turn it on to talk to y'all. Yeah. I'll take it all day. I just started eating the summer sausage and crackers and I got another bite on the same pole. I just left pole over here. I feel like Catfish Dave every time I eat a piece of cheese. I hit a fish. Unfortunately, I don't have any cheese. He's just as happy with it. I eat a piece of summer sausage. Catch fish. With my luck situation I'm having today, dead cell phone and all, been thinking on it. About the best thing I come up with today. Sometimes you're the dog, sometimes you're the hydrant. Today I'm kind of feeling like the hydrant. Get about 5 more of them blue cats in the boat, I'm gonna be feeling like the dog. Hard to get a feller down when he's catching fish, that's for sure. They're waiting for me to take another bite of summer sausage. Oh. Well, while I'm waiting on them to bite, I guess I'm going to refuel the boat while I got time. I can get the gas washed off of me before bed. Imagine that. Brought me a DP Racing Fuels can. None of that safety stuff on it. And didn't spill a drop. Another thing that boggles my mind, I run like 18 miles down here. I use like 3 gallons of gas. That puzzles my brain. It takes a gallon of gas, seems, to start this boat. Last year I had a 6-gallon gas tank in it. and it was a no bueno kind of deal. You go out a couple times, run trot lines close to the ramp. You know, you're talking about 15 to 20 minutes run time, and it was drinking 6 gallons. So it's weird that it only drank about 3 and 18 miles. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that I got plenty of gas, but it's strange to say the least. It sure is pretty out here though. Kind of wish I would have waited to put those poles in the water. Take you up there and show you my camp before it gets dark. I don't think there's anything that absolutely needs to go up there right now. A sleeping bag. I'll let these poles soak. Surely they won't go nowhere if I get something on them. And I'll take you guys up there with me and get my sleeping bag in my hammock. My sleeping mat too, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Probably just my bag. It's supposed to get down in the high 50s tonight. And I got a 30-degree bag. We'll see how that goes. Be amazed if I don't get run over by deer tonight. Here's the there's the boat. If you know where to look, you can see my tarp up there. I walk through some chest-high grass. I was going to show you. Pretty good sized deer tracks. While I was out here, I wanted the opportunity to hunt those jokers. Here's a nice one with some dew claws. Instead, we're fishing. Camping. That fell on my stupid head. Sandy spot there. There's my humble abode for the night. I'll set you out and I'll put my sleeping bag in. Alright, I got me a 30-degree Magellan bag. Stick it in here, side of my hammock. That's where I pop the bag retainers loose. That way I don't end up with sand in my sleeping bag. I highly doubt until it gets cold I'll even get in this thing. It's going to make a nice little thermal barrier laying on it. Okay. I'll go ahead and zip the side there. This way I can get in if I want. Okay, that's that. Now before this mosquito net fills up with mosquitoes, get that thing closed up. There's only like a 10% chance of rain tonight, but I went ahead and made me a little, put my tarp up, made me a little shelter. Maybe keep the dew off of me in the morning. Ooh, I gotta pop the clip. There we go. Oh, there's another one. There we go. Home away from home, make myself a little cocoon. What I did forget, and I do every time, I think I ever slept in this, I forgot a pillow. So, I'll shove my clothes in my sleeping bag and do. Not a bad living room tonight, huh? If I would have remembered to bring my rod holders, I'd have thrown at least one line out in this little hole. I didn't run up in there with the boat to check the depth, but that water's been moving all day, so if I quit catching them out there, I may take the opportunity to move the boat, just nose it into this cove over, like right here, and cast out in there and see. Can't really go very far. I don't have navigation lights on my boat. Last year, I ripped all that stuff out and I haven't got it rewired yet. So I gotta hunt up my good knife in here, take it back down there so I can fillet at least that one fish, put it in the freezer, the cooler. Waste not, want not, and that's a good eater size. So, catch you guys back down at the boat. I got down here and I got it done as soon as I hit the boat. Boy, big boy. Oh yeah. He got off. Well, he's really small. Yeah, he's off. Probably a stinking gar. That was on a headpiece. Yeah, my bait's chewed up. That'd be a gar, alright. Put him over there towards where I caught him first. Still got bait. It's been chewed on a little bit. Definitely had a gar playing with it. I got plenty of bait. I'll freshen that dude right up. Ain't no sense in sitting here with waterlogged bait. We're gonna do it. Might as well do it to it. Pulling on this one. Yeah, I definitely missed it. Check this bait. Bait looks good. Go back in. Freshened up. We'll get this little catfish skinned or filleted before it gets dark outside. It's already getting pretty dark. The more I can get down to daylight, the better. Here's something I got had a long time. It was my grandpa's. It's a Kershaw brand knife. It's got 3 blades with it. Got a little saw blade, a regular like skinning knife, hunting knife type deal. It's got a little fillet knife. I don't use this often, but I've always pretty well got it in my pack for situations like this. All fishy. I only have one gripe about this knife, and I keep meaning to solve the problem. It's got this little notch right after the blade, and man, catfish skin gets caught in that thing like none other. Try to saw through it, it hangs. But one of these days I'm gonna remember that. Just hit that with a little file and knock it off smooth. Won't have to deal with that no more. Ooh, it's sharp. Clean that up at the house. A little more. Right now, that is good enough. The girls I go with. There's only one, by the way. I like her pretty good. That stupid notches causing problem again. Bye. Turtle food. Turtles gotta eat too. Got that little chamfer on there. Got me again. There it is. Put them in a Ziploc. And I'll soak them up. A little salt water. Get all that blood out of it once I get home. They'll be ready to roll in some cornmeal and go in the hot grease. By the way, I always catch and release everything. I always catch and release. Just like this one, I'm gonna catch and release him too. Catch and release in hot grease. That's the rule. Oh, man. Holy crap, it's a big one. It's a good one. Well, this one was strip and drag. Oh. Well, he made swirl after. Come on, big guy. Show me what you are. Oh. Oh, yeah. All day. Come on. Oh, it was a big gar. Exactly what it was. Man, that breaks my heart. Well, I ain't seen very many gar take one down and strip drag like that. And stay hooked up for as long as he did. We'll try that again. I'm getting a bite on this left one now. I ain't had you off 30 seconds. Do it again. I have no idea if you guys can see this or not. Come on. Won't even let me eat my summer sausage. I ain't gonna complain though. I laid my summer sausage down on that bench. And that gar hit a while ago, and I got grit in my summer sausage. That ain't no good. It's either that or those multi-grain crackers that I chose to buy. Won't be buying those again. Feel like I'm eating feeder pellets for a calf or something. Alright, we'll bring you back to something happens. Looks like we've got another bite. I don't know if we got him or not. Yep, I'd say so. I don't think he realized he'd been hooked yet. Did you spit that? I think I'm messing with a gar. Probably the same stupid gar that got me over here. Let's wait for this bait. How do you fold a pole over like that and not get hooked? He sure enough got the bait. So we'll re-rig or re-bait. Bait. But I bet you the next one of these times I'm going to miss that with my foot. Take a ride right into the water. Looks like you guys can't see nothing. Let's see if I can shine some light on this. Maybe. Got a light on that little Noco battery. I got my GoPro plugged into. Pretty sure I crossed the lines on these two left poles. Yeah, affirmative on the crossing the lines. tell you what, I use Andy Monster 40-pound line, and this is exactly why. I can see this pole and this pole's line, but I cannot see this Berkley big game that's on here. Just all I gotta do is sweep it with a flashlight, and I can see those two outside, but I cannot see that middle one. It's crazy. Little riverboat action. It's about 25 minutes to 9. It's kind of pretty. Fix it, crawl into my hammock for the night. Hit this guy come tooling up through there. I thought I'd get a quick video of him. He's going pretty slow. I would too. The river's pretty low. I think the Cape Girardeau gauge said somewhere around 5 feet on the gauge. So anyway, good night. We'll see y'all in the morning. Well, here's the island. I'm rolling out of here this morning. Slept up there. Had a pretty rough night of sleep. I didn't understand that there's a train switching depot across the river over here, so all I heard all night long was train horns, and hard to sleep that way. Anyway, I got up, made a set this morning. I guess my wind was wrong or whatever. They picked me off about 50 yards out, and I was not wanting to shoot that lead doe. She blew at me. I'd definitely shoot her now. Anyway, we're going to I'm gonna burn out of here, and the water looks like glass this morning. See if I can make some tracks before the barges start coming through here and tearing everything up. So we'll catch you guys in a little bit.